no thanks, we'll go look it up online, we'll call you, and then they leave. The more questions I ask, the higher their anxiety is going to get. I'm really, really trying hard to not use words like would you, or should you, or could we, or do you, or if you. Take out your phone, stand right there, do not walk out my front door, and give them a call. What's up, Parkour business owners? It's me, Jimmy Davidson with Motion Mentors. So on this one, we are continuing our journey down making sales. The last episode, we talked about some objections. What are they? How to overcome them with a 3-step process. And in the future one, we'll talk more about making sales. So I'm going to come at these from the perspective of a parkour gym, but whether or not you're selling clothing, services to like school districts or the government or other companies, or really anything, a lot of these sales principles absolutely still apply. So whether or not you're a parkour gym, whether or not you're in the parkour industry, if you are in sales, and most people do some form of sales in their life, whether it's just person-to-person negotiation or as part of their business or the company that they're with, these skills are hopefully going to be as valuable to you as they were to me. I know that when I learned, in particular, the thing I'm talking about today, assumptive-based sales language, my ability to negotiate, my ability to pivot from the talk, pivot to all right, let's get this deal done, let's close the sale. The ability to pivot and the ability to guide the direction of the conversation where I wanted it to go as a salesperson went way up. And I noticed that the salespeople in my organization, when they master this skill, when they master this communication skill that I'm going to give you today, they can get through calls faster. They close more successful like trial class bookings or in-person sales. And they just generally have less anxiety because it really clears things up without having them to memorize an entire script. This is one of those tools that when you have it, you can freestyle and you can really navigate anywhere you want in the sale conversation without being trapped in a script. Whereas as soon as you're off the script, you're screwed. Not all the time. Scripts are still good. I'm just saying this will help really fill in those gaps. And in making this, I just posted over on the Facebook group Parkour Business Owners screenshots of my Parkour Gym's profit and loss statement for the last month. We had like $289,000 in top line revenue and $103,000 bottom line profit in just 1 month. Now, not every single month is that good, but a lot of them are. And these skills, these sales skills, are a piece of that total pie of how we were able to take our parkour gyms from consistently losing money a decade ago to, now we're profitable, we're looking at growth, we're building our team, and we're going places. These are the little skills. A few of my mentors and people that I follow like to say that there's no silver bullet. There's no one thing that you can do that just make your business all of a sudden skyrocket. It's just a smattering of golden little BBs, a smattering of just normal lead bullets that you have to just sink into the problem one by one and then continue it and keep it all proficient. And then you get there. This is one of those little bullets. All right, let's pivot to assumptive sales language. So what is it? Assumptive sales language is when you're in a conversation, the two of you both have a context. You know where the conversation is going. And when you make a phone call, as an example, if you make a phone call and someone answers it, they say hello, and the unspoken agreement is that you're going to say who you are and why you're calling, and you're going to get to the point, right? That is where you, listener, are probably already using assumptive language. You're assuming where the conversation should go. You're assuming what the person needs you to say for this conversation to even have proper social lubrication. But what if we remove that? Someone gave you a call and, ring, ring, and they said, hello. And then after they said hello, you just were silent. And you said, hi, do you want me to tell you who's calling? And they would be like, yeah. And you'd be like, oh, okay. Yeah, so my name is Jimmy. Oh, do you want to know why I'm calling? And at that point, they'd hang up on you, or they'd be like, what in the world? Is this a prank phone call? Because you need to assume that they want to know why you're calling and who you are. That's just the phone etiquette. And that makes sense to us because that's part of our culture of answering a phone. But that same necessary lubrication can exist in sales conversations also. So in a parkour gym environment, let's say your client just did a trial class and they loved it, and your coach walks them back up to the front, which would be a really great handoff. And the coach tells your salesperson, like, this kid did awesome, all these things about the class. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys with Jimmy here. He's going to sell you a membership. Or I don't say that. I'm going to leave you here with Jimmy here. He's going to show you guys how you can come back next week. And I would love to see you then. The coach leaves. But then you as a salesperson, what if you were like, oh, you want me to talk to you guys now? They'd be like, no, thanks. We're going to leave, actually. Or if you were like, if they said, oh, we loved it, it was awesome, and then they stopped talking on a statement, not a question. And then you just said, okay, oh, would you guys like me to explain our entire schedule and our membership pricing? That just gives them a question that they have to answer. And it also gives them an out. So if they perceive that that's like a lot of information, they're like, wow, tell us all your pricing and the membership. No, thanks. We'll go look it up online. And then they leave. Or we'll call in when we're ready. We'll call you. And then they leave. So that is not having assumptive-based sales language. Here's what that might look like if you do assume, your assumption is that after the class, they loved it and they are here in your parkour gym because they want to learn parkour. And you are here, the salesperson, the owner, the coach, because you have conviction that parkour is going to transform the client's life in a way that is going to benefit them, that they want, that they're going to be happy to pay for. And that's why we're all here. So you should assume that. And you should assume that the only reason why they're talking to you is to build the community between me and you and the gym, and to get started on a membership. And so when you have that, a lot of those extra dumb questions can be totally thrown out. So you don't have to say, would you like to see our membership options? You don't have to say that. So when they come and they say, we loved it, end of sentence, you can say, oh, that's so awesome. Given that your kid had such an epic time and the coach said that he did X, Y, and Z things extraordinarily well, and he had an awesome day today, I would love to see you guys coming back next week. You're already here on Tuesday. Do Tuesdays usually work for you? And they might say yes. Okay, awesome. So Tuesdays usually work for you. At my gyms, we actually have this little form that they fill out, and it asks them, the parent, while they're watching the class happen. The little form has a bunch of questions on it that just gets the parent in like a consideration purchasing mindset. And one of the questions is, how would you be able to attend parkour at least twice a week? And it says like circle the amount of days that would be ideal for your family. So a lot of times I actually know already that they want to come once, twice, or 4 times or whatever a week. So let's say I know that they want to come once a week because they filled out my form. I would say, oh, awesome. Tuesdays already work for you. I see on your form that you wanted to come once a week. So I'm going to give you my recommendation for the best way to join the gym so you guys can keep coming to those classes. And little Tommy, your son here, can just turn into an absolute parkour monster. All right. Then I pick up my sales binder. I have like a little like printed, designed, nice looking laminated folder that just has the price, the membership type, and what they get. And that's it. There's no other information. As to make it not visually, chaos. It's just easy to look at. So I open that up and I show it to them. I say, this is our bronze membership. This is $44 a week. With that, you get X, Y, and Z. This is our recommendation. I think your kid is going to absolutely love it here, given how well that class just went. With that, let's get you signed up. Sweet. So what I did at the very end there was I said, this is my recommendation. Your kid loved it. You love it. We love it. Let's just wrap it all up into a nice little bow. Let's get you signed up. And that is my ask for the sale. Let's get you signed up. But I'm doing a lot of assuming along the way. So when I said, great, I confirm that Tuesdays work for you because you're already here and you said, let's keep doing Tuesdays. If not, they just tell me whatever their day works. Their form told me how often they want to come. So I'm going to assume that they want to see the membership pricing for exactly that. How many days you want to come, what level you're at, the age group. So I don't need to say, do you want to see our membership prices? I don't need to say like, do you guys want to come back next week? I don't need to say any of that because I'm going to assume all of it. The more questions I ask these people, the higher their anxiety is going to get. The more I chip away at their health bar of ability to make decisions without running into like decision fatigue or decision burnout. So the fewer questions I can ask, the more I can assume, and also with my personality and my tonality with how I talk to them, the quicker and the more lubricated I can get right to that final ask for a sale with my best recommendation in their hands. They still have plenty of health bar on their decision fatigue meter. You want as much health on that bar as possible because there's less anxiety, the more oomph, the more moxie that they still have left in them for the day. And then if I give it right into a recommendation, they have that authority validation. Behind me on the wall is a giant poster of testimonials. So they are seeing social proof. They just saw a bunch of kids in class for more social proof. My pricing binder makes it easy for them. And I just say, here's what I recommend. It comes with this. The price is that. Let's get you signed up. More often than not, they're going to say, that's awesome. Let's do it. And if they do have an objection, they just tell me it. They say the price, they say my schedule, they say I have to talk to my spouse, and then I just handle their objection. And if you saw our last episode about how to handle objections, the 3 steps, empathize, authority, and then ask for the sale again, you just follow that flow. And while you're in that flow, you maintain your assumptive sales language. So you wouldn't say, you're like, you got to talk to your spouse. Okay, go and call them. Actually, you wouldn't say, do you want to just give them a call? You wouldn't say that because I'm assuming that they do want to sign up. The only thing that's in their way is that they need to connect with their spouse. So obviously, yes, they do want to talk to their spouse right now because that's what they told me. And I have to take their word for that and assume the close here. So I'm going to say, oh, you need to talk to your spouse? No problem. I want to be on the same page with my partner whenever we do any new decisions. That's empathy. Why don't you go ahead and take out your phone, stand right over here in this space, give them a call. That way, when you get a hold of them, if they have any questions, I'm still right here to answer them. So go ahead and stand right there and give them a call. And I'm actually telling them what to do. I'm not asking any question. I'm saying, take out your phone, stand right there. Do not walk out my front door and give them a call. And I'm qualifying it with, because I'm the expert in the gym, literally any question your partner could have, I am the expert to answer. So give them a call, and then if their partner is on the International Space Station and literally cannot be reached right now, then we have flows for that. And now you just are following your internal sales playbook, which you hopefully have for how to deal with different objections. If you don't, let me know and I'll give you ours. But that whole time I'm still in assumptive sales language. So I'm reducing how many questions I need to ask. I'm really, really trying hard to not use words like would you, or should you, or could we, or do you, or if you, which are all just like weak sounding, like, would you like to see our membership prices? Oh, if you like that class, could you maybe consider coming back next week? It's all just weak. And you can just scrub it all out of your rhetoric when you're speaking and just assume the yes. Assume that they effing love it. Assume that they do want it. Assume that they want to overcome their own objections with you. And if you can just have that practice in your brain to navigate through the conversation on as few questions asked as possible and replace as few questions as possible with you just taking the yes action. So instead of saying, do you want to see your membership? You just say, here's what I recommend. Now you're looking at our membership. Let's get you signed up, right? You just skip all that. And then at any point along the way, you let the client slow you down and you let them say, here's my objection. Here's my consideration. We need to talk about this first. And then you just meet that and you keep going. That is assumptive sales language. It's really powerful in sales. I didn't make it up. You can pop on YouTube right now and look it up and you'll see a bunch of different lectures and people talking about it. It is one of those fundamental layers of being a good salesperson. It's like it's like the layer of first put on your shoes and then I can teach you how to be a runner. You have to have your good shoes or else it's going to be really hard to run, Olympic track. Assumptive sales language and understanding objections and why they occur, and understanding future things we'll talk about, like price anchoring and making an offer. All of those things are the fundamental pants you have to put on before you can even show up to sales practice, So learn that, think it over. Here's how you practice. You get with an actual person and you practice your sales pitch. You practice your over the phone first class trial booking pitch, and you literally have someone tally every single time there's a question mark in your speaking. Do you, if you, would you, could you, do you want to, like all of those are probably able to be removed, and try to get it down to as few questions as possible. And those questions should be on the script, like on the in-person sale. How many days do you want to come? How many times per week do you want to come? Here's what I recommend. Let's get you signed up, which is the ask for the sale. Do you want to buy this? So there's only 3 questions there. Cool. All the rest, not needed. Okay, that's assumptive sales language. You need to practice, get a person in front of you, trade back and forth, tally all the questions you make. When you accidentally, you're verbal static, you're speaking static, you just word vomit questions accidentally because you're not good at this yet. That's okay, but re-say the sentence. Have your partner say, oh, you asked me, do you want to see your membership? Say that again in a way that has assumptive-based language and is a declarative statement instead of a question. And you'd be like, oh, okay, let's see. I'm not going to say it that way. I'm going to say, given that you loved our class and little Billy did an epic job with his wall climbs and clearly wants to come back next week, I recommend our bronze membership. It's XYZ price. We do have it on Tuesdays like you said you wanted to come. So this is what I recommend. Let's get you signed up. Boom. And then your partner gets to go, oh man, you nailed it. Sweet. Now let's move on to the next one. Or let's run it all over again. That's what practicing in-person role-playing would look like. Okay, that's it. That's assumption-based sales language. That is something that I teach my salespeople, that I've taught other parkour gym owners so that they can be in the seat of the lead sales trainer for their organization. And now it's free for you. Enjoy that. All right, guys. My name is Jimmy Davidson with Motion Mentors. If you want more free content just like this, head to motionmentors.org and sign up for our newsletter. I am sending out communications and trainings like this and other stuff that go out exclusively just to the email list. We also have a Facebook group, Parkour Business Owners. Look for the business owners that way. Like all of us in the parkour industry can get together and grow this together. And we also have a Discord, Motion Mentors, and you can find the link on our website. All right, thanks a lot. Again, Jimmy Davidson. Good luck out there, parkour gym owners. Peace out.